Okay, we're going to talk about horizontal and slant asymptotes. Just like this is different than vertical. Vertical, we're just looking at the denominator. Horizontal and slant, we're looking at the relationship of P of x with Q of x. So again, our relationship of f of x is P of x to Q of x. The relationship between P of x and Q of x lends us to see if it's horizontal or slant, and it's one of either of those. The easiest one that we're going to talk about is if the degrees, so we're focusing in on the degrees of P of x and Q of x. So, and we can say that in this format. If we know that P of x, and the first is ax to the n, and then it can go down and down and down to a coefficient of a to the last one, and Q of x, and Q of x we'll just use as b x to the m all the way down to a function. What we are focusing in on is this relationship right here. So what's nice is if n, the degree of n, is less than it would be great if I actually wrote what I needed to write, is less than I don't know why it's not. Okay. If n is less than m, then our horizontal axis is the x-axis. Right? Let's go to that problem 4, where it was 6 over x squared minus 4. The degree in the numerator is 0. The degree of the denominator is 2. So therefore, our horizontal asymptote is the x-axis. If n is equal to m, so if that was our first one, which was 3x plus 6 over x plus 1. The degree for the numerator is 1. The degree for the denominator is 1. So our horizontal axis is the ratio of a to b. So in this case, it's 3 over 1. So our horizontal axis is y is equal to 3. So the only way you get horizontal asymptote is if the degree in the numerator is less than or equal to the degree in the denominator. To get a slant, the degree in the numerator has to be bigger than the degree of the denominator. So the example of a slant would be, let me get you a good one. So let me give you a slant. So let's do the whole thing. Let me get a graph out for us too. So this definitely has a slant. So f of x is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 7 over x plus 2. We know we have a vertical asymptote at -2. And we know we have a slant asymptote because the degree is bigger in the numerator than it is in the denominator, 2 over 1. So the question is, how do we get the slant, which means we need equation to align. We can do that either using long division or synthetic, either one. So I'm going to use synthetic. So we do -2. We have 1, 5, 7, because we're going to divide in. So 1, -2, 3, -6, remainder of 1. We really don't care about the remainder at all. All we really want is this part right here, which is 1x plus 3. So our slant asymptote is the equation of y is equal to x plus 3. So the question is, how do we graph this? We graph it. Let me get your y. And come back with a thicker one, I realized. Okay, so we know our vertical asymptote, we'll keep that in red. It's -2. We know that our slant is, let me do that in the blue. So 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So this to there. So how do we graph this? Perfect. We'll just do a chart. So if you do a chart of x and then f of x, if we want to pick -1, 0. So if we pick -1, 0, and 1, we'll get this side of the equation. And then we pick things less than -2, we'll get this side. So we'll pick -1. So, oops. So if we put in -1, we get 1 minus 5. So I guess, here, let me just do this. I'm sorry. All right, so if we put in -1, we get 1 minus 5, which is -4, plus 7, which is 3, over -1 plus 2, which is 1, so that's equal to 3. So -1, 3, 1, 2, 3. You plug in 0 and we get 7 halves, so 3.5. 1, 2, 3, and a little. And we plug in 1, and we would get 13 over 3. So 4 1/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit. So it looks like, you know, it's kind of guessing, but it's not, because we know the asymptotes means they go up next to it. So it looks like we're looking at something like this, give or take. If we go to the other side, to the left side of the graph, and we start with -3, -4, -5, we just want to figure out where it's going to be. Is it going to be here along this one, or is it going to be in a symmetrical scenario over here? And that's what we just got to figure out. So if we plug in -3, we get 9 minus 15, which would be -6, plus 7 is 1, over -1, so -1. So we have 1, 2, 3, -1. So it looks like we're going to be in a symmetrical point of view. -4, it's 16 minus 20, which is -4 plus 7, which is 3, over -2, so -3 halves, so 1 and a little bit. And so we know it's going to look something along this line. All right. So that would be a slant. We're going to do some more on the next video.